Mad Dog of the Middle East, that's what his enemies once called him. Colonel Muammar Gaddafi has ruled Libya for 42 years with an iron grip.
He's megalomania, eccentric, and has advanced successfully the cult of personality in that he's almost godlike.
He seized power in a military coup in 1969 and has ruled since as a dictator. In the 1970s and 80s, Gaddafi's relationship with the West turned violent in central London. At this very spot, during a 1984 demonstration just outside the Libyan embassy, policewoman Yvonne Fletcher was shot and killed from gunfire coming from the embassy. Relations went from bad to worse when Gaddafi began sponsoring terrorism when Pan Am Flight 103 exploded over Lockerbie, Scotland, killing 270 people. An investigation showed Libya was behind the attack. The country became a pariah. Hit with sanctions, Colonel Gaddafi was isolated. The turning point, the 2003 Iraq War. Worried that he would become the next target of U.S. military action, Gaddafi agreed to give up his pursuit of weapons of mass destruction. And he paid compensation to the families of Lockerbie bombing victims.
His reintegration in the international community has been despite the very abusive human rights record and because of the obvious interests on the part of the West in Libya's oil wealth.
Wherever Gaddafi went, his famous female bodyguards went with him. The Libyan stage wasn't enough for Gaddafi. He loved the international limelight at the United Nations, refusing to give up the mic for 94 minutes. He ripped the UN Charter. The UK's dealings with Libya came under harsh scrutiny when it was alleged convicted Lockerbie bomber Abdel al-Megrahi, supposedly dying of cancer, was released in what critics said was an exchange for a lucrative oil deal. Gaddafi's regime has fought to keep control for more than 40 years. Until now, most of the threats have been external. This time, there's evidence his own people may have had enough. Zain Verji, CNN, London.